Hey guys, we're here at Borderlands 2 with Anthony Burch. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Well, very excited to be here with you today. So my first question is why the cel-shaded graphics? It's why was this your choice? It became everybody who sees it, well, it's Borderlands.
Right. Well, during the development of the first game, actually pretty late in development, they realized that the game had a very wacky, sort of over-the-top style to it. You know, you're blowing off midgets' heads with like shotguns that shoot lightning and that kind of stuff. And at the time, all of the graphics were more realistic, more sort of dirty and brown and stuff. And they thought, well, let's change that up so that when somebody sees a screenshot of Borderlands, they'll know, hey, that's Borderlands, and that's something different, and that's something cool, and sort of make it fit more with the sense of humor of the game and the sense of style.
Generally, new IPs struggle to get gamers' attention. Borderlands went with a bang, and in a short time managed to get huge amounts of fans. Do you think the same will happen with the Borderlands 2?
Well, it's different this time, thankfully, since it's not a new IP anymore. We're sort of a known quantity, and I think all the people who played Borderlands 1 sort of know what they're going to get into, but I don't think they're prepared for how much more there is, just in terms of the scope of the game, and in terms of there's so much more story, and there's so much more, many more guns that do many more different things. So it'd be stupid not to be a little bit nervous, of course, but I think we're in a pretty good position, because if you know Borderlands, you're going to really love Borderlands 2.
Can you tell us anything about the new and exciting stuff you are preparing? Because I'm sure there's plenty of it.
Oh God, everything in the game is new and exciting, really. Like, we've got completely new classes that all have about 30% more skills than the classes in the previous game. We've got a completely new story. Our story script is about 5 times bigger than the script of the first game. New environments, like we're not just, dust and dirt. We got snow and grass and big Spyro cities and all that kind of stuff. And the weapons are, every single weapon feels different now. They all fire in different ways. So if you get a TDR gun and you reload that, you throw it like a grenade. If you get a Jacobs revolver, you have to fan the hammer because it fires as fast as you can pull the trigger. There's a lot of new stuff. Enemies, oh my God! Like, we did the math. We have about 300% more enemies than in the first game.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard you've been working on the AI. What should be expected from Borderlands 2 from this point of view?
Well, you're going to see enemies taking a lot more cover, doing a lot more flanking. We've sort of set up the maps in such a way that you'll be having to deal with enemies from all directions, not just in front of you. And in addition to that, the enemies themselves have all these different sort of behaviors. So like the Goliath that we've shown off, if you knock off his helmet, then he goes insane and starts beating the crap out of the other enemies around him. But every enemy he kills, he levels up. So you get to play this game of like, he's going to clear out the battlefield for me, but do I want him to really get that strong? When do I take him down? And we've got, our robot enemies that you can blow limbs off them. So if they've got a really badass gun in this hand, you just blow that arm off and then they don't have it anymore. But then we can have our surveyors come in it and destruct their arm back, and then you have to make the decision, which do I kill first? The guy who's shooting at me or the guy who's healing the guy who's shooting at me?
With Borderlands, everybody got, after the game launched, a huge amount of assets. Should we expect the same thing for Borderlands 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So here at Borderlands 2, a game you won't miss, you don't have to miss. And we have a message for you guys.
Noutatile, Borderlands 2.